Hello, friends. I'm Lydia Carradine. Welcome back or welcome to my channel if this is your first time. I've recently had a soft relaunch as I am melanated, hyphenated, and convalescent. I am melanated. I'm a multi-hyphenate writer, actress, and I am convalescent as I am dealing with myalgic encephalomyelitis, which is chronic fatigue syndrome, thanks to Rona. Um, and I've been dealing with that for about 9 months. So, what I did not say in my previous video is that because my fatigue is so severe, there are some things that probably won't be happening on this channel. One of them is editing, so please don't come here for that. You're not gonna get cute graphics and transitions because I'm tired. Um, and I'm not gonna do it. And also, you're not gonna get a full beat, at least no time soon. You're gonna get this good zoom blur, and that's what's gonna happen. So, those are some things that you can expect here. I also am not going to probably be doing videos that are super long because one, it does take a lot more energy than I care to admit to do these. And also because of what I've experienced, I've just been a lot more mindful of how other people might be, other people with disabilities might have to kind of take these things in as far as like extreme eye strain or cognitive focus, light sensitivity. That has been a big thing for me a lot lately in the last few months. So I also can't remember words sometimes, which is really frustrating because I am a writer. I don't love it. But that's what's going on here. So today I wanted to talk about how this illness, though I would not wish it on anyone, um, has allowed me to pivot and look for different opportunities and think about things in different ways. It has forced me to be selective um, because I only have so much energy, or yeah, it's mostly the energy. I have very little energy, or sometimes it's like, okay, I've had a migraine for the past 72 hours. Like I can only do the things that I have to do during the day, and then the rest of the day I am laying in the dark listening to an audiobook. That's not all the time, but it is sometimes. And so I really have to be mindful about what I want to do. And as someone who wants to do everything, I have to decide like, okay, which projects am I saying yes to? Which meetings am I taking? And how am I advocating for myself? That's been a big thing. When someone wants to meet in person, I'm gonna ask before I wouldn't necessarily stand up for myself. But now I'm like, we need to do a Zoom. We've seen in the last 2.5 years that this can work, so I will be sending you that link. Or even just meetings that can be emails. I'm like, hey, is it okay if we postpone this? Because sometimes I can't do this. Um, so I have to really be thoughtful about what I say yes and no to. Um, I was introduced recently to spoon theory, which I'd heard about, but I really looked into it more. And it was coined in 2003 by Christine M- Miserandino. I hope I said that correctly. And she was telling a friend at a dinner party how she felt in her experience with lupus. And so she basically said, okay, I have this many spoons, and every activity during the day takes up a certain number of spoons. And that's all the energy you have when you have an autoimmune disorder that takes so much of your energy. So it's usually described or used to describe different disabilities, mental health issues, and other forms of marginalization that might place unseen burdens on people. And what it doesn't say here is that living with an invisible disability is a whole other thing, because a lot of times what I've seen just in this short time is that the burden to prove that I'm not well is on me. And that is more energy that I would rather not spend. Um, so that I will talk more about that in the future. But yes, a lot of what I'm dealing with right now is, what do I need to do? What do I want to do the most? And being okay letting go of things that aren't that. Um, when I was in college, one of my professors gave us this we had this assignment and we had to write like a news bulletin copy. And so it had to be 30 seconds and we formatted and everything. And then so we turned it in and he gave it back to us and he said, now take out 5 words. And we were like, what? But we already did, like, we thought we had whittled it down to the barest narrative imaginable. But then when I did the assignment, I found a way to like take out 5 words and I was like, okay, it still makes sense. It still reads. It reads better now because brevity is truly your friend as a writer in any form of medium. And so we did that. We turned it in, and then he said, "Now take out 5 more." And I was just like, "No, we can't. We can't." We did. We did, and it was fine. But that's kind of how I've been going through life the past few months. I like pared everything down. I cut back on the things that I was saying yes to. I was doing less out of necessity. Um, but I'm constantly hearing his words in my head, like, now take out 5 more. Because as a fitness instructor and someone who ran track in the past and have done all kinds of athletic things, I like to work out, and I can't do that anymore. So at one point, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this like 30-minute Pilates that before I could do, like, was not an issue. I did that for maybe 2 days, one week, and I was like, yeah, no, that's not happening. And so then I was like, okay, now I need to go back down, like maybe do 10 minutes of Pilates 3 days a week. And that still is challenging, because when I say I have no energy, I have no energy. And then also, if I'm dizzy, then I'm not doing anything. I mean, like vertigo level dizziness. It's serious. So that has been something that I'm constantly working through, giving myself grace, and being okay, not not saying yes and accepting everything that, quite honestly, I probably didn't want to be doing all those things anyway, but just feeling that I had to was something that I was used to doing. And now I'm really having to examine all of my choices. Um, it's very challenging. So that is a journey that I'm on. And it's not just work or interactions or exercise. It's also kind of like my own, like, I'm going to reach out to this many people today and I'm going to write this much today. I'm going to work on this pilot. I'm going to do all these things. And a lot of times it's been like, okay, you're not going to write 10 pages today. You're going to write 3, and that's going to be okay. Or you might write none. Sometimes my writing time is research time because my fingers, like, my dexterity is also gone sometimes, and I can't really type effectively. So being able to adjust and pivot and be like, okay, this is where my body is, this is where I am cognitively right now, and going with it instead of saying like, the productivity that I lost. That's not helpful. So I'm trying to let go. of that. And also just like with sometimes I'm like, okay, I can't work today, so I'm gonna watch like 7 shows that I need to catch up on. I can't. I can't because the screen hurts my eyes, or sometimes like following a narrative is too taxing for me. So I had to let go of that too. Just everything that I was kind of doing for quotas and to mark things off of a list. I can't live like that anymore. So that's one of the things that I have to let go of and change my expectations around. Um, so I am trying to really get into rest as resistance. I know for me, I have been conditioned to say that I'm okay when I am not okay. I know that's something that a lot of women, a lot of Black women have grown up hearing, and that doesn't serve me. Um, and just looking around, a lot of my friends, my people my parents' age, the the way that our health is looking and just our mental health, our state of mind, the joy that we do or don't have, that could be different. Um, so being honest with where I am and then giving myself the space to make those adjustments or see what I need to do to make adjustments is freeing. It's challenging because my inclination is to take care of everyone else. But I don't have the energy to do that. So I have to do things differently. Um, as I change my expectations, that also means changing the expectations of others. And as that relates to what I'm willing to do, what I'm able to do, is really hard for me to not, because I'm kind of the friend who's like, I am there, I'm available, I will help you, I will do whatever. I can't do that anymore. And sometimes I can't even text people to see how they are because texting might be difficult for me that day, or it's just too much for me to think about. And so with my friends, it's usually okay, but there are other people on the periphery and like professionally who expect to always have access to you. And when you change the way that people are accustomed to interacting with you, they don't always love it. And so you have to change their expectations too. And that is something that I am becoming more comfortable doing. Um, I a lot of times I find that people, if you say no, they need a justification, but no is a complete sentence, something I need to continually tell myself. And sometimes with some people, I know that that isn't going to be enough for them, which shouldn't bother me, but to for my own peace of mind and to protect my time, I say, "Oh, I have an appointment. I have a previous commitment." Now, might my previous commitment be taking a nap after a planned activity that I knew was gonna tire me out? It might be. Um, but that's my business, and I can do that. I can take naps if I need to take naps or take a bath or whatever I need to do to try to get my health back on track because right now that's like the priority. Um, so those are some of the ways that I am working on changing my own expectations as I adjust to my current reality and the body that I'm in now. So if anyone else is dealing with something similar or has any tips, please share them below. Also, I forgot to mention last time, I do have merch, um, in Society 6 and Zazzle. The links will be where links go below. And yeah, if you have any questions or anything else, please let me know. See you next time.